Tom, one of the big themes that we just wanted to point out for viewers and listeners out there was this idea that cryptocurrencies will still be a focus, given the focus of the incoming Trump administration. We know that you're bullish on many aspects of crypto, but I wonder if you might take us through where you see the best relative performance in that crypto landscape in 2025.
Investors, at our firm for the last 8.5 years, we have recommended an allocation to crypto, including Bitcoin or Bitcoin and Ethereum. That allocation probably should be much higher in 2025 because the regulatory landscape is actually becoming more friendly. So I think Bitcoin still has to be at the core of someone's holdings, and I see Bitcoin getting to around 250,000 next year. But that would allow Ethereum, which is around 3,500 now, to probably do even better. Ethereum could get to 5,000 or 6,000 next year, and I think this is also probably the year where there's what we call alt season, where there's things like Solana and other altcoins do extremely well.
Tom, if you feel as though, and this is, again, relatively speaking, that Bitcoin is a commodity and that some of the companies that leverage those commodities could be in play as well, much like gold and gold miners, what types of companies are going to be the ones that benefit the most from that crypto expansion if it were to hypothetically happen?
2024 has given us insights. If we look at the best performing equities that are related to Bitcoin, what we would call leveraged stories to Bitcoin, meaning that they're either acquiring Bitcoin as a treasury asset or they're leveraged to the price, have done very well. And that would be things like MicroStrategy, Semler Scientific, and Coinbase. And there are other companies that are sort of doing what Michael Saylor would call the Bitcoin standard, like Mara. But I'd say in investors' portfolio, if they're especially a large cap focus, a company like MicroStrategy, gives you really good exposure to Bitcoin.
In an electrifying twist within the financial world, President-elect Donald Trump has flipped his stance on cryptocurrencies, stirring a whirlwind in the stock market and beyond. Not too long ago, he was a staunch critic of Bitcoin, dismissing its legitimacy as money and raising concerns about its volatility. Today, however, he stands as the unlikely champion of cryptocurrency, spearheading initiatives that potentially reshape America's economic landscape. With Trump endorsing a crypto-centric vision, his actions, alongside notable moves from figures like Cynthia Lummis, are causing ripples across both political and investment sectors. Yet the mystery remains. Could this bold venture into the digital currency world be the key to America's financial future, or is it merely a grandstand for his electoral ambitions? As we delve deeper, we uncover the complexities and implications of this dramatic shift. Welcome back to Investocracy Crypto.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen. No, you're going to be very happy with me. You're going to be so happy. You're going to say he's the greatest guy. That's why I'm proud to be the first major party nominee in American history to accept donations in Bitcoin and crypto. And they've made a lot of them, I might tell you, and I appreciate it. Since we made that announcement on May 21st, we have already raised $25 million, much of it in Bitcoin, crypto, and others that are very, very good also. But as you know, our excitement about the future of Bitcoin and crypto could not be more difficult from the approach of our opponents. Can't be, look, our opponents have gone a difficult route. They're going old-fashioned stuff. We're going to take it right down the middle. We are so different from anybody else in terms of a campaign. First of all, we understand it. They don't understand it. They are blocking your path. They're blocking your way. But I've made it a lot easier for you because the SEC has been very, very tough on you. And now they see that you've embraced me. All of a sudden, people that were under investigation, they're being let go. They're saying, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We love crypto. Let me tell you, if they win this election, every one of you will be gone. They will be vicious, they will be ruthless, they will do things that you wouldn't believe. But right now, because of me, they're leaving you alone. So please say thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much.
As the political tides turn sharply, Donald Trump, once a vocal skeptic, is now at the heart of the cryptocurrency conversation. His endorsement of Bitcoin and launch of World Liberty Financial is a landmark shift, gathering significant attention. Supporters, including a cadre of pro-crypto billionaires, have elevated his mission, propelling Bitcoin to unprecedented heights, with prices soaring to $108,000 in December. Perhaps the crown jewel of his crypto politics is the controversial proposition of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's a concept likened to the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve, offering a failsafe in times of economic turbulence. But here lies the question: what does Bitcoin really offer in emergencies? While the notion conjures images of wealth and strategic power, critics argue it gives bitterness a run for its money, much like a tech startup boasting about its rapid rise. Right before crashing, Trump's proposal isn't without logistical impediments. Cynthia Lummis's advocacy for a Bitcoin reserve puts forth a plan for U.S. ownership of a substantial 5% of global Bitcoin. Yet Republican unity appears as shaky as a stock on the brink of a crash, with 38 Republicans previously thwarting a spending bill backed by Trump.
You have the SEC, you know what they're doing, obliterating Bitcoin. The reason could not be more clear, because Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control. The Biden-Harris administration's repression of crypto and Bitcoin is wrong, and it's very bad for our country. It's really quite un-American. As you know, 6 days ago, we officially defeated the worst president in the history of the United States. I believe he was the worst president in the history of the United States. Think of it. Millions and millions of people have come into our country. They've come in from jails. They've come in from, think of it, insane asylums, mental institutions. They've come in as terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now. The same people that you just heard about from Israel, that did that in Israel, they're coming in and nobody checks them. Nobody knows what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. They've lost control of our country, and only bad things can happen. So it's not going to be that way. We're not going to let that happen. We're beating them, and we're beating them badly, and we have to make sure that we do. We need to do it for our country. And you can't just be a fighter and have your man lose the fight, or woman, but in this case, a man. He's losing the fight. He's down by 15, 16, 17 points. They say that you're not going to win, Joe. You got to get out. He didn't want to get out. He said, I'm not getting out. He said, you're getting out. He said, I'm not getting out. I got 14 million votes. I'm not getting out. They said, if you're not getting out, we're going to institute the 25th Amendment on your mental competence. He said, like I said before, I think I'm going to get out. Okay?
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell outright rejects the idea, noting the central bank's inability to hold Bitcoin within its reserves. This tension highlights a broader geopolitical chess game. The U.S. fears missing the crypto boat, while China and other rivals potentially amass digital assets. Lummis's claims of slashing national debt through this reserve spark conversations about Bitcoin's longevity as a viable financial instrument, a topic debated as fiercely as the merits of early internet stocks in the 90s. Many experts remain skeptical, labeling Trump's endeavor to fortify Bitcoin as politically charged, particularly when juxtaposed against the historical volatility of the cryptocurrency. Take former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, who laughs off the idea, arguing it smacks more of special interest pandering than robust economic strategy. And indeed, Bitcoin's tumultuous past, illustrated by its dramatic 70% value plunge between 2021 and 2022, makes the path forward appear steep. The proposal teeters on a fine line. A taxpayer-funded venture into Bitcoin could usher in financial destabilization rather than security. Whether it's a wise financial venture or merely filling campaign donors' pockets, the forthcoming policy measures and market reactions will be pivotal, echoing the age-old stock adage, buy the rumor, sell the news. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
I'm interested in ultimately what you've seen in terms of trading on the platform since the election?
The day post-election, the Wednesday post-election, our business doubled. We saw 100% growth in Bitcoin purchases. Our customers are predominantly purchasing Bitcoin, and over 90% since election are actually taking the Bitcoin off the platform and holding it in their own custody. So we're not seeing active speculative trading on gambling on the short-term price. We're seeing long-term accumulation on our platform, and our customers are excited. We serve Bitcoiners, and Bitcoiners are excited right now.
Okay, so you're maybe supporting those that are focused purely on the ecosystem, but people are going elsewhere to trade, whether it's gambling or not. We now got options trading on the Bitcoin spot ETFs. What do you think of that? What do you make of this transition from, well, DeFi and crypto into more traditional finance?
Well, the last time I was on this show, I told you and Ed, which, Ed, congrats, by the way, I'm thinking of you. I told you guys I thought Bitcoin was the only money in crypto. I wasn't sold on any of the other cryptocurrencies, and that my business, we're predicated on Bitcoin as money, and we sell our customers financial services. So if you're a customer of mine, you want Bitcoin financial services, you want to buy it, you want to store it, you want to move it, you want to pay your bills with it, you maybe want a loan against it. These are the type of products that we want to serve our customers in the future. We do not think of ourselves as a speculative exchange, so that's my customer base. Options, ETFs, MSTR, all of these things are pro-liquidity for Bitcoin. What you want in a money or a store of value is you want it to be sellable. You want it to be liquid at any point, 24/7, 365, globally. You want to be able to sell it. And so all of this is pro-liquidity, which enhances the profile for Bitcoin to be a better asset for a government, a corporation, an individual. So everything is bullish for Bitcoin. That's what I always say. So another day, more bullish activity for the asset.
The advent of a U.S. Bitcoin reserve under Trump's direction is as dynamic as the stocks it seeks to influence. Despite the uncertainty surrounding this proposal, there remains a tantalizing prospect for significant returns if the stars align. If Lummis's optimistic projections hold any weight, the strategic reserve could indeed spearhead debt reduction and inflation prevention. With Bitcoin prices recuperating above $100,000, some analysts forecast further ascension, contingent on continued governmental policy shifts and global economic trends. In closing, the potential for Bitcoin to transform from a volatile digital currency to a staple of international reserves is an enticing thought, mirrored by the stock market's own unpredictable yet alluring nature. As you consider your investment strategies, reflect on where this could lead. Will America embrace crypto dominance, or is it merely a sojourn into speculative financial flash? Your stake in this decision could be as significant as witnessing a groundbreaking era in financial markets. What do you think of the US government's bold cryptocurrency play? And finally, if you would like to know more about cryptocurrencies or specifically Bitcoin, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.